Good morning, everyone. Rise and shine and say hello to Rocco.
Hi, Rocco Gibson here.
Recording artist, chef, yoga instructor, and he's showing us how to start the day on a positive note. And while we're hanging out with Rocco, get ready for a dose of healthy vibes for mind, body, and spirit.
Black pepper. There we go. Bon appetit. Sorry for the lighting. The babe is driving his new wheels, and we're on our way to the all-you-can-eat buffet place. So we'll see whether or not I end up stuffing myself. Hopefully not. Plate number 1, sushi. I'm actually doing good. Normally, the whole plate is full, but I'm being good. Plate number 2, and believe it or not, my body can still take more food, I think. My body is saying no more, but I had to finish what was on the plate. I didn't do as bad as last time, but I'm still freaking stuffed. Chris's new wheels, by the way. Friday night continues, and this night it's going to be just hanging home. I am in the man cave right now, and it's going to be time to just sit, chill, relax, and just nest up. Some Friday nights are meant to go out, other nights are meant to stay in. This is a stay in kind of night, like the David Bowie song. I taught my 2 classes. They went really good. I had a new student. He's really, really great. I think he's going to be an amazing fit. And Chris is doing laundry. And I'm picking up some fixings for tonight's dinner, and I'm making bolognese. As the weekend continues, working on some content before getting dinner together. Hey, babe, say hi.
Hey.
The weekend continues. It's Sunday. I'm at the gym. It feels so freaking good. A little bit of grocery shopping. Gotta pick up some stuff. Hey there, I had a couple of thoughts I wanted to share, and this is really going out to anybody who is an indie musical artist, and that means, indie means independent of any type of, a record contract with any of the labels. I do have to admit, my goal is to get signed. That's what I'm hoping to do, and right now, what I'm doing is promoting as much of my best stuff as possible to hopefully get the attention of a music label. Whether or not that's going to happen, I don't know. But the biggest piece of advice that I'm basically sending out really is that try to keep the enjoyment of making music itself as opposed to the results. And I think this can also apply to anything that you're working towards. It's very easy to get lost in the thought of what you want the result to be and to lose the focus on the step that you're on. When I was first getting started, really not too long ago, one compliment that I received was that my music had a freshness about it that was very indicative of really being in the moment when making the music. Truth be told, I hadn't been doing it long enough to know what the possible challenges would be. I've run into those challenges since then. And a few examples would be when you're first getting started. Okay, it's very, very easy to get your stuff on Spotify. All you have to do is really make your music and find your distributor, and boom, it's on. It is almost impossible to make any money on Spotify at all. That's challenge number one. So it can be really disappointing, and it can be really almost sort of disheartening to look at your stats, because as an artist you need to be keeping track of your progress, and knowing that you've gotten like 100,000 hits and you've made $20. That is actually how much that I have made. I probably you have to invest some money. I mean, it's not an astronomical amount, but you might be going into this with this vision of, oh my God, I have stuff on Spotify, and now I can have my limo drive me to wherever. Anybody who's been an indie musical artist for some time, they all know that that's not true. I can tell you now, my focus is really on making music itself and not being dependent on the number of hits that you have or the number of streams that you have. Ultimately, I have to go back to my own intention, which is to really have pleasurable music reach people who might be having a bad day. And so the main message that I want to say is stick to your purest intention, and then the universe is going to support that. I have to say, I had quite a monkey wrench thrown at my progress. My numbers were really, really high. My monthly listeners with Spotify really, really high, and then one of the campaign agencies up and just stopped. They up and completely shut down, and unfortunately they were a huge source of numbers for me. For $15 a month, they would put your song on a really good playlist, and you had to renew it. So now I've unfortunately my numbers have all gone down, and it's because of this service, basically. But that's okay, because all this really means is that I get to be creative, go on a treasure hunt, and find another one that can hopefully be just as good. And if I don't, that's okay. I go back to my intention. It's not to have an astounding amount of numbers, because even if I did, it's not like I would really be making anything anyway. Musical enjoyment and an intention of helping people out. So at the end of the day, it really comes down to your breath, your body, and how are you contributing to helping your fellow humankind feel better. Anyway, I wanted to say that. Love and light.
Transform your home into a sanctuary by exploring BrielleandCo.com. From candles to room sprays, our collection of home essentials is designed to elevate your living experience. Choose from our unique fragrance blends using high-quality ingredients to effortlessly create a welcoming and beautiful home. Shop now at BrielleandCo.com. That's BrielleandCo.com.
I am making homemade Greek yogurt. Easy to do, it's not difficult. The only thing is, it can be a little bit time consuming. First thing you do, you take a gallon of milk. You can use whole milk, you can use 2%, you can use non-fat. I use non-fat. And what you do is you're gonna heat it up to 180 or 185 degrees and make sure that at the hottest, the temperature is on medium. If you go straight to high, you're gonna have regatta cheese. That's not what you're looking for. So I have a thermometer, which I'm gonna be checking regularly, using to check regularly the temperature. And that's what's going on so far. It's gonna take about probably a good half hour to heat up, and you have to make sure that you are consistently stirring the bottom, otherwise the milk will start to scald, and you don't want that to affect the flavor. So why are we heating this up to 180, 185 degrees? We're not pasteurizing it. This milk is already pasteurized. What we're doing is we're heating it all the way up to break down certain proteins in this milk so that it'll transform into yogurt all the better. Okay, there we go. It's it's about 187, but that's okay. But look at how frothy and bubbly this is. Now what we're gonna do is we're going to just let it cool, and when it hits 110, because we're gonna be checking it, that's when we are gonna add our yogurt. I place this over a towel while it's cooling, and the reason why is once this is added into this, what we're then gonna do is we're gonna wrap it all up in the, I almost said blanket, in the towel. Reason why you wanna wait till it goes down to 110 is that if you put the yogurt in now, for example, all of the bacteria in there that you want, it's gonna die. So as long as it's between 110 and 115 degrees, we can add the yogurt. We're gonna take some of the milk, and we're going to, this is about half a container, and I think that's absolutely fine. Better to have a little bit more. It'll make it all more concentrated. We're gonna mix it up, get this all one consistency, and we're gonna pour it in there. There we go. And now, we're gonna put the baby to bed. We want to try to keep the heat as contained as possible. Let's seal it. There we go. We're gonna go ahead and let all of the bacteria spread. I'm sure I don't need to say this, but I'm going to anyway. Make sure that you've washed your hands, make sure that everything is sanitized, because you are growing bacteria and you want the good bacteria to grow, not the bad stuff. They say that you can do this anywhere between 6 to 12 hours. 6 hours, you're gonna have not really a lot of tart. It's gonna taste very, very mild. 12 hours, it's gonna have that fresh yogurt tartness to it. The longer you let it sit, the more tart it's gonna get. I'm gonna do this for at least 16 hours because I want my yogurt to be really, really intense. Okay, peeps, so it's the next day, and now what we're gonna do is we are going to have a look. So it's been 18 hours at least. So this is gonna be very tart. It's gonna be loaded up with good bacteria. Look at that. It has a yellowish hue, and that's because of the whey. But now what we're gonna do is we are going to strain it. You're gonna need a colander with cheesecloth, and the thing what we're gonna do is we're gonna dump all of this in here, and we're then just gonna let it drain. Okay, that was quite messy, but I edited out all the juicy parts, literally. So now All of the yogurt is on the colander, and you can also use paper towel as a filter as well. So now we're gonna put this in the fridge, and the longer you let it drain, the thicker it's gonna get. There we go, and that's where this is gonna stay until tomorrow. So the difference between regular yogurt and Greek yogurt is really how long it's been draining for. Regular yogurt has not been draining as long as Greek. Greek is more concentrated, it's thicker, it has more of an intensified flavor. So we're going all the way, we're going Greek. This is what it looks like now. It's been in here for about 7 hours and it looks pretty thick. All of the water has been draining or the way. And keep in mind, we can add some back in to get it to the right consistency. And I have a pack of strawberries, which I've chopped up. I blended the strawberries. That looks really nasty, but trust me, it's gonna be amazing. This is all the way that came out. In order to make this a little, to get the right consistency, we're gonna wanna add just a little bit back, but if we add too much, it'll be regular yogurt and not Greek. This yogurt is more than likely very tart. We wanna sweeten this up a little bit. I add honey, and she goes, and we're gonna mix that up. This is actually the perfect consistency. This is amazing. Ooh, it's got that tartness, not only from the yogurt, but also from the fresh strawberries. It feels like a strawberry is exploding in your mouth. There you have it. Homemade Greek strawberry yogurt. Oh, and it's also non-fat. Hey guys, I'm going to talk to you about one of my songs, Galaxina, and how that came to be. Galaxina is based on Dorothy Stratton. Maybe you have heard of her. She was Playboy's Playmate of the Year for 1980. She was Playmate of the Month for the year prior. She was the August Playmate for 1979. And of all those 12 ladies, Dorothy was the one who got, Playmate of the Year. So she was known for not only being absolutely beautiful, she resembled a very, very angelic Daryl Hannah. She had the beauty of Michelle Pfeiffer, Grace Kelly. She looked like an angel. She was known for being really sweet. She was known for being very down to earth and very, very kind. Unfortunately, she was promoted by the man who kind of pushed her into marriage and really was taking advantage of her. And when she started ascending and really finding a lot of success, because she was really just about to transcend past Playboy and into movies, into modeling. She was really the first of her kind that would have probably graduated beyond that. Unfortunately, she wanted to leave her husband, and it really was the "if I can't have you, no one can" thing. So, it's very sad what happened to her, and I'm only going to say that, she's really celebrated now for just what a beauty she was, how kind she was, and, all you have to do is look her up on YouTube or even Google image her, and you'll see how beautiful she is. But I was always very drawn to her story, and I was very, very touched by it. I had learned of her when, years and years ago when I was a teenager. And for some reason, she always stood out to me. So she was in a movie, one of the movies that she was in, and no offense, but it was not a great one. It was Galaxina. And with this song, I was finishing it. It happened to be on the 45th, her 45th heavenly birthday, August 14th. So I thought to myself, okay, you know, I'd like this song to be a tribute to her. There are other tribute songs to her, by the way. Bryan Adams, he wrote The Best Is Yet to Come, Red Hot Chili Peppers, Californication. She's mentioned in there. When they mention unicorn, it's actually referring to a book that was written about her entitled Killing of the Unicorn. In fact, in my promo video, you know, you see the picture of her dressed as Galaxina, and you see the book closed. That's actually the book. So, but that's where that came from. And, you know, like my song, Miss Sharon Marie with Sharon Tate, you know, that's another tribute song. You know, it's not a tragic, sad song. I want the music to really honor the spirit of that person. And Dorothy was, she had a very soft look, and there's a part of the Galaxina that has more of a softness to it. And then, you know, you put her in the right makeup, the right garb, and, you know, and she looks ravishing and just absolutely beautiful. And there's a part of that song that also expresses that also. Because Galaxina, the first part, it has this nice sweet melody. It also has these interludes that are more reflective, and she was very reflective. She was very smart. She was a straight A student. She was always reading. You know, she was not a quote unquote dumb blonde at all. It was quite the opposite. You know, and at the end, it gets very like va 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 room, but that's, you know, that's one of the looks that she presented. So, you know, it's really a song that's meant to make you feel good, the way she made people feel good. So anyway, that's my story of how Galaxina came to be, and thank you for listening.
There's always more to read at Next Chapter Books and Art, winner of Sun Journal's Reader's Choice Awards for New Bern's Best Bookstore in 2025. Owned by local author Michelle Guerin-Fly, Next Chapter Books and Art features local authors and artists' works as well as new and used books of all sorts. And don't forget, we carry gift certificates for that special book lover in your life. For more information, call 252-633-5774. That's 252-633-5774. And check out our event page on our website at thenextchapternc.com. Perfect for any time of year, flowers bring a smile and a gift truly treasured to the ones you love. A Fling of Flair florist of Greenville won Best of 2025, and whatever the occasion, we specialize in different and unique arrangements, including a selection of plants, gourmet baskets, candy, plush animals, balloon bouquets, and so much more. Visit aflingofflairflorist.com. We serve Greenville and the surrounding areas. To place your order today, call 252-714-0583. That's 252-714-0583.